Well, good evening. Now at 6. Some Alaskans still digging out from heavy snow. More to come as we approach the middle of the week.
And that's all as temperatures also drop to the coldest levels of this season. We've got Chief Meteorologist Melissa Fry here now tracking all of these chilly temperatures. Melissa.
Yeah, John and Gusta, definitely seeing that cold air settling in and it's here to stay. But as for that snow, that is in southeast. Again, winter storm warning still in effect for the areas you see there highlighted in pink. It's a narrow band that is seeing the moisture, but also seeing temperatures cold enough to bring in, again, snow opposed to rain. Now, we are going to see up to 11 inches of snow in these areas through midnight tonight, including in areas like Klawock and spreading further east into Petersburg. Even Hyder still under that winter weather advisory. So you can see that snow continues through tonight for Ketchikan. Mostly rain, though, although a brief period of snow mixing over is possible overnight. And then you can see some showers linger into Wednesday, but most of that heavy precipitation will end by about 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. Now, as we look ahead to the rest of the region, you can see, again, about 8 inches in Petersburg overnight tonight. Ketchikan, about 1/3 of an inch. Craig, just about 1/10 of an inch. So, again, it's really that narrow band from Petersburg just south and further inland where you can expect that heavy snow to move through. We are seeing rain coming down at this hour in Ketchikan at 44 degrees. What a contrast to Fairbanks at 27 below. 5 now in Anchorage, 6 in Palmer. And we are going to see those temperatures continuing to drop overnight tonight. Lower single digits for Anchorage on the west side, back below 0 for the east side of town. Again, the coldest morning that we've seen so far this season is likely tomorrow. But we also hold on to the sunshine, as will most of the state. Temperatures, though, staying cold. 22 below for the high temperature in Fairbanks, Bethel, just getting to 0. And we'll take a closer look at that full extended forecast here in just a few minutes.
High of negative 22. Melissa, thank you. Well, tonight we have learned that Chad Cameron, Palmer's fire and rescue chief, has passed away.
Palmer Fire and Rescue shared the news on Facebook in a post saying in part, quote, he dedicated his entire life serving others, his family, his fellow firefighters, and his community. He was a man who loved and cared for everyone he met. We will miss him dearly, but the impacts he made on this community last forever. We're working to get in contact with Palmer Fire and Rescue for more information, and we will update you as soon as we can.
Well, over a year of work culminated in the signing of a new Community Wildfire Action Plan for Anchorage. Augusta, you were at the signing ceremony today. Can you tell us the significance? Why is this so significant?
Yeah, John, there were dozens of stakeholders there today, a really packed room from city fire officials to the school district. State and federal fire officials were also involved with this effort. And it was all to update the previous plan for the community that was created 20 years ago. So it's been some time. And in speaking to city fire officials today, I was told things have changed a lot in terms of city development and the forests around Anchorage. And this new comprehensive plan is necessary to be prepared for modern threats. There are also some mitigation efforts prepared that have to do with certain hazards in the plan, like beetle kill in recent years that's left behind dry fuel.
So they did this for each neighborhood?
A lot of decimation that happened over 2 different cycles of that infestation that moved through. So a lot of beetle kill on the landscape and stuff like that. But we also have continued to develop further into the wildlands, and that's really what the bigger issue is. So as we build and grow the municipality and we get more into the forested lands, then we're obviously going to have another level of threat that we're having to deal with.
Augusta, there are resources, right, for people here in the community. Can you tell us where we can learn more?
Sure, yes. This plan is segmented out into 30 areas around the city, and each of those areas is coded with associated resources and threat levels. All of this information is online, so you can see where your home is in the wildland-urban interface. There's a section just for community members with information about how to keep your property more resistant to wildfires, and in the event of a bad fire, what you need to know about evacuating.
The Alaska Bureau of Investigation and the State Fire Marshal's Office are still working to figure out what caused a deadly camper fire in Nikiski. Alaska State Troopers say the Nikiski Fire Department responded to the scene in a wooded area near Admiralty Drive around 10 Sunday morning. One adult, who authorities have yet to name, was found dead inside. Details limited right now, but troopers say the person's family has been notified.
With the increased chances of heavy winds and slippery docks this winter, the harbor master up in Whittier is reminding people about the possibility of losing their boats.
Yeah, a winter risk known as SAD, or sunk at dock. is when ice or snow overtakes a boat. Look at that picture. It can be smart to keep an eye on the amount of ice and snow on or around your vessel. But while doing so, everyone around docks this time of year should proceed with caution, we're told. And after more than a decade, the Alaska State Troopers show is set to return to television.
The long-running show originally ran from 2009 to 2014 on National Geographic. It ran for 8 seasons, and that show will now air on A&E for a new season to give an inside look at the hard work law enforcement carries out every day in the last frontier.
We're really hopeful that by showing the uniqueness of the Alaska State Trooper job, showing what all goes into protecting and serving across a state like Alaska, that we'll be able to attract both new as well as maybe some current police officers onto our forces.
You can check out new episodes starting on January 8th. Next year, the United States will celebrate its 250th anniversary as a nation.
I love it. And Tracy Sinclair, for her, it sparked a question. What do we call that exactly?
Many of us of a certain age remember 1976, the bicentennial, the 200th birthday of the United States. But that got me thinking, what do you call the 250th anniversary? The wonder of the internet came up with 4 choices. Now, we're going to get rid of quarter millennium because, well, it's boring. The rest of them, though, are a bit confusing. I needed some help.
Maybe quince is it quince 5? So half of 5 is quince.
Quince is 5. Centennial is 100.
Do you know what these words mean? Yes. 250.
I think it's time to ask an expert. Lori Templeton is a former math teacher here in Anchorage. She's going to help us out.
We do have that 250th anniversary coming up. People are already making plans.
Right.
And so when you look at these words, they each have different parts to them that have different meanings. Like this one starts out with semi. So when you look at semi-quincentennial, the semi part means half. And so that's like in a semicircle, you'd go halfway around the circle. So semi is half, and then centennial, like each one of these has like centennial involved, and that's the 100 part that's got this little cent part in here. The cent part is like per cent is per 100. So each one of those is talking about that 100 piece, like 100 years.
Okay.
So this is the semi-quincentennial, so we've still got this quin part hanging out here. That one's related to 5, like a quintet. So a quintet has 5 people in it. So this is actually 500 because it's the quincentennial, but we want half of it. Half of 500 is 250.
Oh my gosh, that's so clever. Now, Lori goes through all 3 words, breaks them down, and shows us how they all mean 250. You can find that full story on our website and, of course, on our free streaming platforms on Amazon Fire, Apple TV, and Roku. Just go to the We the People tab when you get there. Personally, I'm going with semi-quincentennial because it's the easiest for me to say, and it's so clever. Tracy Sinclair, Alaska's News Source.
Thanks for listening. Click subscribe so you can get the latest podcast from Alaska's News Source automatically. And stay up to date with breaking news and in-depth reporting available for free 24/7 with the Alaska's News Source app.